All right, good Monday morning. Getting back in the saddle after taking some time off last week, and looks like we've got plenty to talk about. This is First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon in the First Alert Weather Center. Hope you had a nice weekend. Isn't next weekend the Memorial Day weekend? How did time fly by so fast? I don't know, but let me talk about the weather in the near term. All right, so let's start off with a look at First Alert Viper Max. We've got some showers in northeast Wisconsin, and the rain right now is most steady around Stevens Point and Plover over towards Wapaka. We do have some more showers north and northeast of Green Bay, especially up in Adair County. And all this rain is lifting to the north and east. And yeah, there's definitely some wet weather to start off our Monday. Now, we've had quite a bit of rain over the past 24 to 36 hours. In fact, First Alert Viper Max is able to estimate about how much rain came down through your Sunday and Sunday night. And you could see that yellow bullseye there from Oshkosh over into Calumet County. That's where a lot of folks saw anywhere from 1 to 2.5 inches of rain from those thunderstorms that came through yesterday. And they also brought severe weather. So where you see the little trees bending icons in Calumet County, northern Sheboygan County, and Manitowoc County, that's where we had some tree damage. There was some whole trees that were taken down by fierce wind gusts, anywhere from 60 to 80 miles an hour. And power outages as well, especially in the Two Rivers area where they were hit especially hard. So that is something that people are cleaning up over there towards the lakeshore, and I suspect that'll be ongoing for the foreseeable future. Meanwhile, in nearby Manitowoc, we've got cloudy skies, a couple raindrops stuck to the camera lens. We've had some rain there, obviously. It's 60 degrees. The dew point is creeping up. It is now 59 thanks to a south wind at 6 miles an hour. And that wind is going to bring in some mugginess to the air. We'll have a high of 79 late today in Green Bay, some morning showers, but then a drier afternoon with clouds clearing out for some afternoon sun. And when the skies begin to brighten up around and after lunch, our temperatures will jump up in leaps and bounds with that brighter sky and that southwest breeze. The humidity will be increasing as dew points rise into the steamy 60s. So yes, I know it's the middle of May and maybe you don't want to run your air conditioning, but if you decide to do so this afternoon, I certainly couldn't blame you. All right, so relatively quiet weather during the day today, but tonight, our next weather maker, a few strong to possibly severe thunderstorms. So tonight, make sure you and your family stay weather aware. Stay with WBAY on the TV side, on our app, our website. That way we keep you and your family informed on what's going on. So notice the cold front that extends from northwestern Wisconsin back towards Kansas. Now that is the boundary where more powerful thunderstorms will explode in just a few hours. And while the primary risk of severe weather is across the Corn Belt, for us in northeast Wisconsin, we have a level 2 risk of severe weather on our 1 to 5 severe weather scale. So what exactly does that mean? Well, level 2 risk means that there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms through tonight. Scattered severe thunderstorms will be possible with damaging straight line winds exceeding 60 miles an hour, large hail, perhaps an inch or more in diameter, locally heavy rain where the storms decide to track, and overnight there is an outside chance of a tornado, but it is a low risk. So tonight's severe weather seems like more like a strong wind and hail threat. Now, while we're getting some showers right now, I'm really not looking for much in the way of thunderstorms during the day today. That's because if you were to take a hot air balloon and we were to fly up about 2,000 or 3,000 feet up into the atmosphere, well, the temperature wouldn't get colder, it actually would get warmer, which is a little unusual, right? The atmosphere is becoming capped. In other words, there's warm air aloft in the atmosphere, which helps prevent those thunderstorms from forming. So cumulus clouds bubble up in the atmosphere, they hit that cap of warm air, and it's like putting a lid over a spaghetti pot. The atmosphere just can't boil over. So we get showers, maybe a clap of thunder, but severe weather? No, I don't think so, at least during the day. However, tonight, with a cold front coming in, well, that's probably going to help break open that cap of warm air aloft, allowing the air to rise freely through the atmosphere and create some strong thunderstorms. So during the day, the atmosphere will probably be capped, and tonight the atmosphere will probably be uncapped, which increases our chance of some damaging thunderstorms. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor showing showers scooting through the area between now and lunchtime. The afternoon looks drier, and you're anticipating some sun to return. Looks like a partly sunny sky, 5 o'clock this afternoon, and that's around the time we'll have our warmest high temperatures, getting into the upper 70s inland with lower 70s along the lakeshore. Now, the evening will probably start off okay, but as we get closer to midnight, as that cold front comes in, we're expecting thunderstorms. They may be weakening as they move in our direction during the pre-dawn hours, but I do suspect that some of these could prompt a severe thunderstorm warning or two, so they could have hail and high winds. That's 2 a.m. They're quick movers. They'll be out of here once we get to about 4 or 5 a.m. There could be a couple leftover showers tomorrow morning, but for all intents and purposes, when you wake up Tuesday morning, the big show is over, and that the severe weather threat is going to be diminishing. So look at our temperatures. We've got 50s across the north with 60s across the south. There is a warm front that is pushing northward ever so slowly. It's not too far from the Highway 29 corridor. When you get south of that boundary, you get a south wind, bringing in warmer weather and higher dew points, climbing up to about 60. When that dew point reaches 60, that's when it starts to become a bit uncomfortable for a lot of folks. And with that warm and moist air surging northward, we saw some fog this morning, but visibility has been improving from Green Bay west into central Wisconsin. Even up along the upper Michigan border, there's been some fog, but Iron Mountain's visibility at this hour has improved to 3 miles. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Today, a high of 79 degrees. Let me show you the rest of the highs across the area that I'm anticipating. So 79 for Green Bay, could hit 80 in Wapaka and in Appleton, mid-70s across the North Woods. And Bayshore and Lakeshore, you're looking at highs in the lower 70s. Definitely a much warmer day than yesterday, when highs were in the 50s and some 60s in the south. Today we jump up above average for the middle of May. In case you're wondering, a normal high temperature for today would be about 68 degrees. We should be roughly 10 degrees above that as we wrap up our afternoon. Then the cold front comes through with showers and thunderstorms tonight, and that's prompted that First Alert Weather Day. And then as the showers wrap up tomorrow morning, the wind turns to the northwest, and our temperatures cool down as we go into the midweek. So tomorrow highs will be near 70, and then highs will be only in the upper half of the 50s for Wednesday and for Thursday. I expect a mix of sun and clouds through the midweek, and it's Wednesday night. It might be cold enough across the North Woods for some patchy frost. So if you are a gardener in the North Woods and you decided to plant your spring garden a little bit early, in those areas of purple, you might want to cover up any cold-sensitive plants just in case. We'll have a low of 40 in Green Bay, but probably more like low to mid-30s towards the UP border. After that, temperatures do trend back up despite more clouds than sun. We'll see highs in the low to mid-60s for Friday and Saturday, and we could hit 70 by the time we wrap up our Sunday. Notice that as we go into the weekend, there will be some showers, on and off light rain as we head towards the holiday weekend. I don't see any specific day being a washout, but at times you may want to have that umbrella handy just in case. And just in case there is severe weather tonight, make sure that you are in touch with our free WBAY First Alert Weather app. You know, it comes in really handy, especially when there's severe weather overnight and you're sleeping and all of a sudden, you know, there's a dangerous storm that's heading towards your neighborhood and you need to be woken up about it. Well, the app will let you know. So any National Weather Service alerts, go right to the app and you will be informed. And not just about thunderstorm warnings, but also if there's heavy rain in your area or lightning within a 12-mile vicinity of where you're located. And it's all targeted to where you live. So no matter what town you live in Northeast Wisconsin, it is watching out for you and your family and your weather. So if you haven't done so already, scan the QR code on the left side of your screen to download that app for free. All right, there is a recap of our weather for today and tonight. Again, tonight we're going into a First Alert Weather Day for the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms. Not everybody's going to get them, but they'll be scattered, and somebody is probably going to get 1 or 2 strong storms, and our team is going to be on top of it. Meteorologist David Ernst will be tracking the storms tonight on Action 2 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And behind me right now, I see Aisha Morales is stirring. She is moving things around, smiling at the camera. She'll be on air with me coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning, starting at 9 o'clock, so about just under 15 minutes from now. And Aisha will be showing you some of the pictures and the video of some of the severe weather that we had yesterday across Calumet and Manitowoc counties. Plenty of damage there that needs to be cleaned up, and if you missed it, we'll be showing you the video coming up in our mid-morning newscast. Otherwise, we'll get you out to a live shot. Let's take you to Sturgeon Bay, where we still have some showers going on this morning. And the slips there in the marina are starting to fill up. Before all too long, it'll be prime boating season. But today, we've got a small craft advisory out on the water, especially Lake Michigan. South winds gusting up to 25 knots and building 3 to 7 foot waves. Not a great boating day, so keep that in mind. All right, thanks for watching our First Alert Weather live stream. We hope you have a great day. Stay safe with your family tonight as those storms come in, so take care.